Hey you guys, it's Josh Vision. I'm here to give you my WWE Raw 10/2/17 review. So we begin this episode of Raw with Seth Rollins versus Braun Strowman. Seth Rollins came out to a huge pop. In regards to the match, Braun Strowman was every bit the monster he has been the past couple of months. Actually, he was even more impressed with this match than he was against Dean Ambrose. Seth Rollins, he made a few moves. He was able to get the big man off his feet during the last stage of the match. He tried his finisher, but Strowman just clotheslined him inside out, knocking Rollins out, and thus giving Strowman the opportunity to just get his finisher in, win the match against Seth Rollins. So he leaves, and then he decides to continue on so he's beating the crap out of Seth Rollins again, and then Dean Ambrose comes out. And he's getting a little bit of flurries on Strowman, but Strowman lays his tail out as well. Matter of fact, I think he gives him his finisher to Dean Ambrose twice. So after that, Strowman has decided that's enough. He's going off the ramp, and then goes up Cesaro and Sheamus, and they basically pick the bones of what's left of Ambrose and Rollins at this point, and they do their finisher to each one, and they stand on top of them, the bar. So after that, I believe we have a quick little scene between Alexa Bliss, Nia Jax, and Mickie. I think they give they give Mickie some gifts, basically saying she's an old woman. La-di-da. Sort of the same thing with the storyline that started from last week about how everyone thinks Mickey's an old woman. She can't keep up anymore. Basically, it's going to be a match between her and Nia Jax later in the night. So the next match we got is the Titus brand, baby, back in action for what it seems to have been like at least 3 months. He's actually been doing an in-ring performance versus Elias. Now, we know from last week, and I believe the last pay-per-view, No Mercy, Elias defeated Apollo twice. And last week, during their second match, he sort of pushed Titus. I think he hit him in his knee as well, and I think that allowed him to get the victory over. After the match, Titus went nuclear on him. So they're getting a match, and Titus is really dominating Elias, throughout the entire match. But the momentum shifts pretty much after Apollo and Elias basically get into it outside. Titus tries to pull Elias in the ring. Elias basically just use the ropes to bit, and then he hits his finisher, 1, 2, 3. So Elias has defeated 2 members of the Titus brand over the past few weeks. So let's get to Nia Jax versus Mickie James. So this match is pretty interesting. Nia Jax still looks dominant as she has for the past few months, but Mickie James got a hell of a lot of offense in this one. She was really giving it to Nia Jax. At one point, she had her defeated until Alexa Bliss. So Alexa Bliss, at one point, she dried Mickie out, and she thought she was about to go for the finisher, and Mickie played her out. Now, I don't know. I'm trying to remember, was it like a kick she did, or she just sort of like or on top of the barricade? But all I know is that she laid Alexis out. She laid her clean out. After that, Mickey's having a backstage interview, and Kurt Angle says, due to your tenure here and what you've been up to the last few weeks, you have basically a women's championship match against Alexa Bliss at TLC. So weeks from now. So that's going to be an interesting match. So after that, I believe have a little bit of a montage of what happened last week in the main event segment between Enzo and the Cruiserweights. Enzo explained how basically this is the first time the Cruiserweights over a year has main evented anything on Raw, how he's a star, he's a moneymaker, and that he's made it relevant, he said in this promo. So as we see in the montage, Neville beats the crap out of him. Then the monster among men, Strowman, beats the crap out of him. Then the Cruiserweights decided to get into, the fun of it. So he gets interviewed. Renee says, how's it feel to basically be an outcast? No one wants you there. And Enzo, he didn't say anything, but once again, he's very good. His eyes just what he's truly, thinking. It was a really good, short little thing. So after that, I believe, if memory serves me, we had I think we had a Finn. God, there wasn't really that much that happened in this episode of Raw. All right. Had a quick little match. No, actually, no. It was Finn Balor coming out. Finn Balor basically saying to Bray that, listen, I beat you as the demon. I beat you as a man. And yet you're making excuses saying all this, whatever. You're saying you got the whole world in your hands. Firstly, Bray, if you had the whole world in your hands, you wouldn't know what to do with it. He continues on saying that, you know what? I'm not a talker. I'm a fighter, And Bray, instead of just talking about it, how about you just bring it? Oh, I love the Rock reference to this. Just bring it, baby. After this, we have Bray basically, saying that he got the whole world in his hand, whatever, and all that stuff. And then we find out that Sister Abigail's still alive. And that finally, after 5 freaking years, now this is going to be some exciting ish right here. I can't wait for this. This just makes the story even more interesting because I was saying to myself, like, watch, I'm like, okay, Finn won once, then he won twice. Shouldn't this feud be over? But now with the interjection of Sister Abigail, it makes it more interesting. More psychological games, Bray can play. And can he actually win? Can he actually win a match in this feud? Anyways, next match we had was Matt Hardy and Jason Jordan versus the Good Brothers. And the club actually won this match. I was surprised, but they actually won this match. After that, I believe we had a tag team match with Bayley, Sasha Banks versus Emma, and Alicia Fox. Really good match. Sasha Banks was taking the majority of the punishment on Bayley. Bayley was going ham, but Emma cut her off. I believe Bayley got the pin with her Bayley to belly suplex on Alicia Fox. Thusly, the team of Sasha Banks, the Boss, and Bayley won the match. So, covered everything so far on Raw. Now I forgot. The Miz and Roman Reigns. So, this was crazy. This was a really good freaking match. They made Miz look strong as crap in this match. So, to begin the match, I believe Roman Reigns just brutally took out both Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas. Just beat the crap out of the chairs. Payback for last week. And then after he took him out and some of the refs came to sort of restrain him to calm him down, at Miz, and Miz looked like he was about to crap himself. Literally, the look Roman gave Miz, it was like, if looks could kill. He was like, yeah. He just leaned his lips like, you ain't got no help, man. I'm gonna whoop you. I'm gonna take that Intercontinental title. So he runs around the ring, and that's when the match begins. It was awesome. Noble things in this match. One that stood out was Roman hit Miz with a really, really good Superman punch. Now, usually when Roman really gets that direct of a hit on someone, unless they're Braun Strowman, they're going to go down for the count. But Miz actually kicked out, and the look on Roman Reigns' face was priceless. And then he was like, okay, he's better than I thought. But it's over. The dude's getting ready for the spear. He's like, hoo-ha! Sheamus and Cesaro comes, and they proceed to beat the holy crap out of Roman. And then Miz joins in the fun, too. You know what I mean? Skull Crusher finale, neutralizer. Then they got the bro kick, and then they had the audacity, people, the audacity to do the Shield's triple powerbomb. And Miz even mocked the Roman part when he was like, oh, that crap. And they were laying on top of Roman Reigns. And much like with the Miz and his entourage did last week, the Miz, Cesaro, and Sheamus all three of them did the fist bump. So after that, Roman's in the locker room, and we see Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, if I remember correctly. But just the look of the body language is kind of like, okay, we got to come together. We can't be doing our own thing anymore. This is serious enough of a threat. We got to take these suckers out. So that leads us to the Cruiserweight Live main event of Enzo Amore. So pretty much like the same thing he was saying last week, but it was a few more things added. And once again, I think it was probably even better, than last week's promo. A few things that stand out is the fact that he says that, remember, all of you guys are fired. All of them are fired. And I believe instead of they actually came to the ring this time, not after the Raw show, actually during the Raw show. And he literally, if I remember correctly, each cruiserweight he actually dissed literally every single one in the ring on the apron. Neville, obviously. I believe one that stood out was the fact that Kurt Angle says, yes, it's true. If any of you guys touch Enzo, y'all be fired. But this ain't the case for this new member of the show. So it was Kalisto. Now, to be real with you, I was like, Kalisto. And it's kind of funny. The way I saw Kalisto, my reaction to Kalisto was the same reaction Enzo had. He just like this, really? Oh, yeah, really? And Kalisto don't have a lucha anymore. It's like his theme literally sounds like freaking TJ Perkins. Really, it was just ridiculous. Anyways, he comes down the ring, he lays out Enzo. Really, that should be extremely noted about this is the fact that all the cruiserweights were happy about this, but Neville was still stoic. Neville was unaffected by this. If anything, it seemed like he was kind of jealous that Kalisto got his title shot. So this is going to be interesting. What's going to happen? Because I don't think it's going to be just Neville versus Kalisto. I think it's going to be Neville. I don't think it's going to be Kalisto versus Enzo. I think it's going to be Enzo versus Neville versus Kalisto. Because one, as a heel champion, this benefits Enzo because he could just basically let those two beat the crap out of each other, and then he'd be like a snake and just get the pin on the one he can take and get the 1, 2, 3. But yeah, I'm predicting a triple threat between Kalisto, Neville, and Enzo, as I so eloquently said. So thank you guys for watching. Like the video if you can. Subscribe to my channel. It really helps out my channel so I can make more videos like this for you guys. Adios, and have a very good God darn